Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Cannonball!
That moment of silliness from the film Anchorman, starring Will Ferrell, comes to us courtesy of Judd Apatow, the creator of some of the most popular comedies of our time. These days, he's returning to his roots and sharing memories with Tracy Smith for our Sunday Profile.
I was just going to ask.
It's
you
called
are
hoarding.
A hoarder.
I am a hoarder. I watch that show Hoarders, and I root for people not to throw their stuff out. I'm like, you might
if a cluttered office is the sign of a cluttered mind, then Judd Apatow's mind must be a real, well, train wreck.
Judd, I don't think every one of these boxes is full of precious photos.
No, it is. That's the weird part.
Really?
Look, this is me and Jerry Seinfeld when I was 16.
Okay, I'm not blaming you for not throwing any of these out. These are amazing.
Grab anything. It's all good. It's all good.
His filing system is a pile of boxes on the floor of his West LA office.
Why would you throw this out? Picture my grandma Molly with Meryl Streep.
Turns out there's a lot more treasure here than trash.
Zac Efron.
And you might say the same for Judd Apatow's career.
What's happening? What's happening?
If you've seen a movie or TV show in the past decade that made you laugh and cringe, there's a good chance Judd Apatow helped make it happen.
Ready?
Yep.
Highlights include self-improvement,
No, Kelly Clarkson!
family drama,
What?
I'm pregnant
With emotion?
with a baby.
boys being boys,
Would you like me to buy you alcohol?
That would be lovely.
and girls being girls.
Okay, well, I don't know how much time I have left, so, like, I have to start living, you know?
Action.
He does what he loves with people he loves, like his real-life wife, Leslie Mann. And the little girls in this scene from 2007's Knocked Up are their daughters, Maud and Iris.
Came from him. When you love each other, you get married and have a baby.
Where do babies come from?
Walk hard.
Of course, they haven't all been winners. For instance, 2007's Walk Hard flopped hard, and Apatow says he was crushed.
Have you figured out a way to handle blows like that now?
Now I love it.
What do you mean?
Now I love the pain.
Oh, stop it.
I think I'm much better now based only on repetition. It almost feels like if you were a baseball player, the first time the pitcher hits you with the ball, you're like, oh my God. But like 10 years into your career, when, even when the ball hits you in the face, you're like, yeah, that happens sometimes. Judd at 10, wearing a tan jacket and a green Lacoste shirt.
That cute kid in the picture learned early how to deal with disappointment. Apatow's parents divorced when he was a teen, and young Judd would cheer himself up by going to comedy clubs where he watched and eventually tried stand-up.
And your stepfather cannot punish you. He can't. It's like he's in on the conversation, yet he has no power. It's like living with Dan Quayle. It's very cool.
I was so terrified. And then when I finally did it, let's just say there were stomach problems. Let's just say there weren't products strong enough to deal with the terror and the stomach problems it led to. The products you see during the commercials for this show.
He was, by his own admission, a better joke writer than joke teller. And in 1992, he all but quit the stage.
This is the thing I wanted to do always. This was the dream before any other dream. And I stopped it because I was young and my writing was going well and paying well. And part of me thought, you're not as good as Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler. Maybe you should listen to the universe and just write jokes.
But now it seems like the universe is telling him to get back up there. He's a semi-regular at LA clubs like Largo, where he emceed a benefit last month.
My daughter does not like being alone with us because 4 people is a family and 3 people is a child observing a weird couple. And now that I'm older and I have more to say and I have opinions and stories and stuff like that, now it feels like the right time to do it.
What happened to that voice in your head saying you're not as good?
It's still in there. And then I can tell to shut up a little bit more. I'm like, you be quiet. I own a new Audi. I have an Audi. I've succeeded in this life. You were wrong all along. I worry about all these things.
Sometimes his comedy can get pretty serious.
A lot of people get mad if you say that you have 2 daughters before talking about concerns about sexual harassment, which I understand. You know, you shouldn't have to have daughters to be concerned. Everyone should be concerned. You should be able to say, as a man who owns a bird, I'm concerned. Very concerned.
Apatow has become one of the most outspoken advocates for victims of sexual harassment and assault.
For me, I'm seeing this from both sides. I know people who are in the crosshairs of being investigated, and I know people who are victims, and there's a lot of issues that need to be sorted out.
Do you wake up every morning thinking, okay, what's next? Who's next?
I think it's going to be an enormous amount of people for a long time because women have been completely silenced forever. So now there's going to be this tidal wave of people saying, I can't hold my secret anymore. And it's going to hopefully create a new environment where people think, how do we protect people?
Of course, Apatow is equally passionate about his work, and one new project in particular.
Thank you.
He's finally produced a comedy special starring himself.
It's amazing I can draw a crowd, isn't it?
Judd Apatow, The Return, premieres Tuesday on Netflix.
If I'm walking down the street and somebody says, are you Judd Apatow? If I say no, they go, all right. I hate moving. Like, I like sitting.
His exercise routine is usually just a quick walk around the block near his office, but he says he tries to be good about it. Just last week, Apatow turned 50.
Is aging something that you worry about?
I'm in pretty good shape because I don't exercise. A lot of my friends have, knee injuries and shoulder injuries from exercising, and I'm like, I have no injuries because I have not done anything. Like, people say, are you slowing down? And I always say, I never went fast. I wouldn't know if I was slowing down because I've gone slow the whole time. So I feel like a tire with all its tread. And then I got the bald spot, which I only notice when I lean back against metal, because from the front, Clooney hair. From the back, Friar Tuck. I said to my wife, I said, here's my theory. I don't want to last too long, so if there's any doubt, pull the plug. If they say we're not sure, pull it. Just err on the side of too early. If they say I'm going to pull through, pull it.
Truth is, Judd Apatow's managed to hold on to just about all the things that are important to him and somehow make room for more.
What age did you smoke pot with your parents?
Forgive me for putting it this way. Is the stand-up self-serving, or is there something more than that?
Is it self-serving? It's hard to say because on some level, everything is self-serving. You're making things, you hope people like it, and if they like it, maybe you hate yourself a little bit less. And then if you think deeply, you're like, I guess people enjoy that, and it's nice for people. So like you're doing both at the same time. You're trying to make people happy, and you're trying to, do something that you're proud of so that you can have some self-esteem and sleep at night. And it's just a big ball of mess. And then you do another one.